Alright, now it's time to implement the evaluating Postfix Expression program. I'm going to use a stack as an array. You can also use the linked list for the implementation of a stack, but for the sake of simplicity, I'm using array. No doubt, after watching this whole tutorial, you will be able to implement the same logic using linked list. Okay, so programming language I'm going to use is Java and the ID is infix. So let us begin. So let us create a new project. Structure. Let me delete this one. Okay, let us create a new file. Addition. So I'm going to name it as stack. Okay, we can say name and Postfix. You check this box so that it can insert the in method. Let's finish it. Alright, so inside this package I'm creating a new class for stack. Initially I'm going to implement the stack. Okay. So here we have the stack class and properties. Stack properties are since we are using the stack or implementing stack as an array. So the properties of stack are to create an array especially. Okay, so you can recall the previously we discussed that we have insert the data in stack, or we push the data and pop the data. All the data was in integer type. Okay, it was all whole numbers. Okay, so I'm implementing the stack class. Stack class is having properties. So since I'm implementing stack as an array, so I'm creating an array of integer data type because I am storing the data in the form of whole numbers, and whole numbers are represented as integer, and I'm naming it as expression. Since it is an array, we have to place this property. Let me terminate this statement. Another property is top. Okay. Top is basically going to find the most recent data, or we can call it as week. It is also known as week. Right, so these are the two properties of stack. Now I am going to create a constructor. Constructor is nothing, it's like a method, but it is having the same name as class name, and it does not have any return type. Alright, so in constructor I'm having one argument int size, and the size I'm going to assign to this expression array new. Here I have just declared this array. Now I am trying to allocate memory to this array. Okay, allocating memory. And how we can allocate memory using new keyword, and we have to specify the size of array. Right, now we are having the name of array and the name keyword and the type and finally size. Let me terminate this statement and top as -1. Alright, so I have created a constructor just to allocate the memory to this array, or we can say to define the size of this array and set the default value for top variable. Now we are having two functions, push and pop. Method one is push method, and the return type of this method I'm typing is volume, and the name of method is push. And I'm going to take the data from here, right? And of course, I need to insert this data or push this data inside this array, right? So for that, initially I need to check either this, or we can say we can take it as infix. Okay. So I'm going to have a character from a specific expression. Since I am taking that C as an integer data type, so I take it as an integer, and the name of this argument is C. Alright, I'm using if else here. Only the reason is that we can have the overflow condition occur in a case when the stack is full and we are trying to push the data. Suppose we are having the size of the stack as 5, and I'm trying to insert the 6th data in this empty stack. So in that case, we will have this overflow condition. So how we can verify that either our stack is overflow or not. But before overflow, let us see if the stack is empty. How we can check the stack is empty? If top equals to minus, if top is having data minus, that means stack is empty. Right? So we need to increment the top, and when top is -1, and of course we will increment it, it will become 0. That means it is pointing to the index 0 of this expression array. Alright? So it's like an index. Top is like an index of the given array. Alright? So I have just incremented the top. Now I will insert the data, whatever the data comes from here. Okay? Expression, insert the C on this given particular index now. Okay? Since we are having top as 0, it will insert the data at 0th index. Now I'm having the else block inside this. I'm going to place another if block. The only reason I just want to check either the overflow condition occurred or not. How we will verify that stack is full, so for that if top is greater than or equals to expression length, I mean this array length. Alright, so dot length is the built-in property of this array. I have put the name of array and dot, then I put this property, built-in property of this expression array. So it will return me the size of array, and what if the top increased or equals to size of array, that means stack is overflow. Alright, so we will say that stack overflow. I just want to display this message overflow. Alright, now we are having the else block. What if it is not overflow? Then what it need to do? It just need to insert the data. For that I'm going to increment the top, because top is currently pointing the most recent data, and now I'm trying to insert new data. The new data is coming from here. I'm trying to insert that new data. For inserting that new data, I need to update the top. Okay, the top will jump from the recent data to next index number, and at that index number the new data will be inserted. Alright, so that is why we need to increment the top, and after incrementing top, I'm repeating this statement: expression at index top, insert C. Alright, the C, whatever the C is coming from here, that C will be inserted into this expression on this particular index number. All good. I just want to display a message that C is push into stack, and in fact we need to put it like this: push round bracket and F HT C. Whatever the data C is, that C will be printed here. Okay. So before moving furthermore, we need to verify either this push function is working fine or not. let us move into this main class, and inside this main class I'm creating the object of stack class. Okay, so this is how I created the stack class name is a stack, object name stack1, new constructor call. Look, I have passed parameter that is size. So size is 2. So I have created the object of this stack class. Now with the reference of object, I'm calling the push function, and I'm trying to insert this 11, and then again stack 1.push, and I'm inserting this 12. Now let us verify whether the data is pushed on. Okay, stack dot expression that index. In fact, like this, I can run this. Okay, the issue is with this format. This is how it works. It push 10, 11, and push 12. Here, now let me print data at index 0, and then print the data at index 1. Just make sure all the data is inserted inside the stack. Let's run this. Yay! 11 is inserted and 12 is inserted. Right. So let us move back to this stack class. After push function, we are having pop function. I'm going to take the return type as int, and of course int is going to return as the integer data. Then we are pushing the data integer inside this stack. So the data stored inside the stack is of integer data. When I'm trying to pop that data, so of course the pop function is also going to return as the data in integer type. So the return type is integer and function name is pop. So when we are trying to pop the data, that means when we are trying to read the data from stack, in that case we can have the underflow condition. What underflow condition is, the underflow to pop the data from stack when there is no data inside the stack. Meaning that when the stack is empty and I am asking the stack class that kindly pop the data from stack. So of course there is no data to be deleted to pop, so it will give us this particular message on the basis of the condition when we are having top as when we are having stack empty. So if top equals to, however, decide that right now the stack is empty, we can decide that if top equals to -1, that means stack is empty, and plus if the value of top is less than -1. You know that top is basically the variable which is going to store the index number. So the index number must be start from 0. If it is less than 0 and less than -1, so of course in that case we can say that the stack is empty. Okay. So first print the message underflow. Okay. Else and first it should return maximum, because we are having the return type int, so we need to put the return statement return maximum. Okay. So in this case I am going to return the expression at index. Okay. So obviously I'm trying to pop the recent data. So how I can get the recent data, we know that this pop is going to give us the recent data. But since we are trying to pop the data, and once we pop the data, the pointer will be updated. the pointer, how we will update the pointer, we make a decrement. When we are inserting or pushing the data, we need to update the pointer. We are copying the data or deleting the data from stack, we need to decrement the top. Obviously, the most recent data is removed. Now the pointer must point to the previous data rather than the recent data, okay? Because the recent data is. So that means I need to put this decrement operator, but there is some problem. Problem is that some data was pointed by the stop, this index number, but now I have incremented this. And after incrementing, it is pointing to the previous data, and the call function will return as the previous data, not the most recent data. So we can handle this situation by creating a temp variable and saying this temp variable is of integer data type, and this temp variable is going to store the current index number, current data index number. Okay, the pointer is pointing to the topmost data, and that topmost data's index number is being stored into this temp variable, and then I decremented this top. And of course, now I need the most recent data which I'm going to pop. So I have kept the reference of this temp variable rather than top, because top is already included, and decrement the top. Alright, I hope it is clear enough. Now for this, I'm going to display a message. Message is pop. This pop function is going to return as this. And okay, there is some issue. I cannot write anything after return statement. Return statement is basically the last statement of anything. So let me remove this, no need of this. The point is that when we are having this pop function and it is having some return type, and it will going to return us the data. I was just trying to display the data, which data is being popped, but I guess there is no need because we have already returned that particular data. That this data is removed. Okay, so let us verify. Is that function working properly or not? Stack one dot pop. Okay, and I am going to call this function inside the print statement system.out.println. The only reason is that we just display that data which is going to be returned by this pop function. Of course, this pop function is going to return as an integer video, and I just want that integer video must be returned on this console. So that is why I'm trying to call this function inside the print statement. Alright, so we need to put /n over here. Now let's run this. We go. We just pop the data. That data is 12. Just want to show you. Okay, here you go, the last data that I have pushed is 12, and as soon as I call the pop function, it returns 12. Okay. Once again, we are trying to call the pop function, it will return as 11. Beautiful. It's one thing, I forgot to add this statement here. Save this. And now push 11, push 12, and pop 12, pop 11. And if you wish to display this pop statement as well, so you can have it like this. Push 11, push 12, the topmost data is 12. So we know that last in, first out. The stack is for last in, first out. So the most recent data which I have inserted is 12. So this data is last in, and when I remove the data, pop the data, so it is out first. So that is why it is known as last in, first out LIFO. Okay. Right. So now I'm creating a function, which is a method which is going to perform the solution or will evaluate the Postfix expression. This function is public and this function is static as well, because I'm creating this function inside the main class. I'm going to call this function inside this static method, and we know that static method can only access the static members. It cannot access the non-static members. So I took this method as a static and the return type as integer. At the end, this function, after evaluation, it will return the result. In integer. Okay, so I took the return type as integer, and let's name this function as evaluate postfix. Okay, so we are passing one argument of string data type, that is basically the expression. Okay, so this expression, string data type, let's open the curly bracket and close the curly bracket. This is the block of this function. Okay, it is going to return as something, and for time being I'm putting as return something. So let's do it step by step. Whatever the expression I'm going to have as argument, I just want to print that expression creating the object of stack class. Stack. Okay. New keyword and then again stack. And we are going to have the size of this stack, and the size of the stack will depend on the size of this expression. So expression dot length, and since expression is a string and string is having its built-in function that is length, this function is going to return as the integer. That means it's going to return as the length or the size of this string. Okay, so whatever the size of this expression is, of that size the stack is created. Right, so after this I'm just using a for loop. Why I am using this for loop? The only reason is that whatever the expression will be given to me, expression is given to me, and I'm going to read that expression character by character. You can see over here this is expression, and this expression I'm taking this expression as a string data type. So I will read the first character of this string and then check if this character is an operand, then push this into stack. If it is an operator, then perform the operation on the previous two operands. Okay, so obviously I need to iterate or traverse each and every character of this whole string. So for that I need a for loop for int I equals to 0. I paste the length of this expression. Okay, so expression dot length is used dot length and then I plus plus. Inside this I'm going to create a variable of character data type character C equals to, now we are having the built-in function that is digit, to check whether this particular character is digit or not. Okay, so expression is of string data type, and I'm going to, this is digit is the method of character class. So right now I'm not using the character class. In fact, I'm using this string. The string dot, I'm going to read the particular character of this string. Now you can see over here I have created a variable C of data type character, and I took the single character from this given string expression. Now this statement right now, look, right now we are having I equals to 0. That means character at index 0. That means the 6 will be stored inside the C. Okay. So of course we need to check either the C is a character or is it digit. Okay. So for that we need a class character dot isDigit is built-in function which is going to check either this given C is a digit or not. So if it is a digit, it will return me true, otherwise it will return me false. What if it is a true? So I have to convert this character into a digit. Okay. So for that we need a built-in function of this character class, and that built-in function is get number and get numeric value of C. Excuse me. Get numeric value of C. Alright, and once I get this value, now I need to push this value inside the stack. So this is the, oh, look at the name of object, stack object. Okay. So I'm going to use the reference of object and call this push function, and I just want to push this digit because it is an operand, or we can say open. Open. Yeah, I hope this is clear. Let us save this. So you can see over here we are having the object as a stack class, and then I use this for loop, which is iterate each and every character of this string. So for traversing each and every character of this string, we need the for loop, and I initialize the I variable with 0 and put the condition and traverse each and every element unless it is less than expression dot length, I mean the size of the string. And then we read the first character of that given expression. Excuse me, please. Now read the first character. Let me correct it. So we read the first character of this expression, and then second, then third, then fourth, and iteratively we read all the character from first to last. If that particular character is a digit, then push it into, if it is an operand, then push it into stack. And how we will check either it's an operand or not. So for that we need a built-in class character dot. This class is available in java.lang java.lang package. Okay, so we are having this class dot isDigit is a built-in function. I use this function, and if this C is a digit, I will convert it into a number, and after converting from character to number, I just push this data inside the stack. Okay, what if this this character of this given expression is not a digit? That means it's not a digit, that means it's an operator. What if it's an operator? In that case, we need to read the previous two operands, we need to pop the previous two operands and perform that operation. Okay, so int, we are having the two operand 1 equals to, and I'm calling the pop function, and obviously we need to put the reference of object dot pop function. I'm trying to call the pop function of stack class, and we cannot directly access the non-static member of class. We need to put the reference of object, and with the reference of object I access this method. Alright, let me copy this statement and I pop the second previous operand. Now after taking these two datas, now I will perform the operation. So for that I'm using the switch statement. Switch, and we are having the C, and the C, if the C is plus, we are having case 1 as plus, and of course C is of having character data type, So we are having all the cases incorrected into them. If it is plus, in that case, we need to perform the plus operation on these two operands. Okay. So obviously, when we pop the data, I want to display the message system. I guess no need of this because yeah, let's do it. For this, I'm saying pop. I have popped the operand 1 and comma operand 2. I have popped these two operands, and now I'm performing the addition operation on these two operands. And of course, before result, I just want to show the operation as well. That will see operator. Right. So let's break this case. Seems all good. Now we just need to verify is it working fine. So let me read everything. The name of the function is evaluate Postfix Expression, and I'm calling this function. And I'm just giving two expressions, 2, 3. I'm passing this expression as an argument 2, 3 plus. 2, 3 plus is going to be, excuse me, it's wrong. Oh yeah. It's of string data type. Of course, it's a string data type. We need to put it in double quotation. Okay, here you go. Let us run this. This is the given expression 2, 3, 10 plus. Now the first operand, first thing is operand. We push 2, and the second C is an operand. We push 2. And then we are having the plus operator. So because of the plus operator, we pop previous two numbers and perform the addition. Of course, there is some issue. We are performing the addition, but it's concatenating the data. We do not need to concatenate. So for that, let me put the round bracket. Beside this, I just want the operation must be printed before these operands. Okay, so let us run this. Now you can see 2 push, 3 is being pushed, and then we are having the plus operator. We pop these two operands and perform the operation and push back this data inside the stack. So for that, we need to call the push function, and here you go. This is the push function, and we just need to so it will push the result as well. All good. I need to copy this case and do the same thing for subtraction. If you are having a minus, and in that case, subtraction rather than addition. Okay. And after the subtraction, I'm putting another case, that is multiplication. For that, we need to put this direct symbol rather than subtraction. And finally, we are having the fourth case, that is doing. Oh god, oh my god. There's one thing we need to put the operand 2 first and then operand 1. Operand 2 and operand 1. Otherwise, we will get the wrong results. Okay? Larger number must be divided by the smaller number. Operand 2 operand 1. Similarly, operand 2 and then operand 1. And earlier 2 and 1. All good. Now let us run this. Let me type this expression. Now the expression is 623 plus minus 382 divide plus add 1. Now it is working. We push all the operands and then we are having the plus operator of the previous two operands, perform the result, perform the plus operation and then push back. And again we are having another operator after plus, we are having subtraction. So it copies the previous two data and perform the subtraction. 6 minus 5 will be 1, result is 1 and 1 is pushed to stack. After that we push 382 and this is how all the data is pushed inside the stack. Okay, after operands we are having the operator, and in case of operator we need to pop the previous two operands. These are the previous two operands and these two operands are popped and perform the division operation. 2 divided by 8 will be 4 and we push that 4 inside the okay. 4 by push 6. There's something wrong. Oh yeah, we are subtracting the data. No need of subtraction, we need to put the division. Now it is working fine and we are having exactly the same results as previous. One last thing I need to do is we are having the integer data type, and in that case I just want to pop the result as we did here. Pop the last data result. Okay, so I think inside the print statement, the only reason is that this method is going to return the data and I just want that data must be printed on the console with this print statement. Result, let's say final result is I'm going to take this expression as an input. Expression is the system without expression. Okay. So for input we need to create a scanner class object. Scanner in view scanner system.in import java.util.stack. It will import this scanner class. After importing this scanner class, I just created the object of this scanner class, and now I am asking from user to import the expression, and let me put this variable, this string here, and equals to reference of this scanner class object. Okay, this scanner class is having all the functions which will help us to take the input from user. So for string data type, I will use next line function. Other than this expression, I will pass the reference of this string. Now let's run this. This is asking for the expression, and the given expression is 623 plus minus 382 divide plus star. So very good. I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. Thank you. Bye bye.